I loves me some 1 degree of Chunky B.
Now, I just have to make a comment about Chunky B. Have you ever seen him looking so good?
The panel then includes actress Lady Kazan, comedian Chunky B, and Playboy TV host Julie Strain. Chunky?
What was the question? You know something, dude? It's gonna be an awesome day. I'm feeling at the top of my game. I'm feeling that words will be put together, make sense, and rejuvenate the listeners and watchers of the community of 1 Degree of Chunky B. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Chunky B. You're just, well, come on in. Make yourself comfortable in the garage of love, because the love cannot be felt unless you get introduced to the man himself, the executive producer of Love, Gary Adler. Come on, you guys.
Thanks,
Put it up for
Chunky
him.
B. You know what? A lot of people say a lot of shit about Chunky, but let me tell you something. New director. He's a fucking awesome guy.
You know something?
You really are, Chunk.
I appreciate that, Adler. And speaking of awesome, and I met this cat before, but cousin Alex is sitting in the hot seat, and he's taking Andy Davey, the manimal.
Yeah, the manimal.
His job today. And cousin Alex, are you pushing? Show yourself. Hey, ladies, look at that, huh?
Right.
Huh? Heterosexual. Can't tell by looking at him.
Lumbersexual.
Timber. The boys got wood. That's what kind of show I want today. I want crazy. I want loose. I want just a good time.
Well, we got the right guest for that.
And do you know who is right? Do you know who is in the garage of love? Marty Laquidara, everybody.
How you doing?
Normally I will give a little more how cool you are, but I was just a little nervous on that last name because I've seen you on stage. I've heard people talk about it. It's a last name that can get messed up towards the middle and end of it.
Yes.
You understand that?
Yeah, it's a Laquidara.
I was saying lock.
Yeah.
Right there. Right up the.
I just learned how to pronounce it like a year ago, so no big.
Yeah. Okay.
Cousin Alex looking like the sensitive lumberjack over there.
I like that.
He's rough, but he's got a sensitive side.
Dude, you've been in the garage before.
Yes,
and
I
have. Can't stop bragging about you. You put on a quality program for us, and we wanted you back. And you know why we wanted you back? A little thing called Raleigh, North Carolina. It's WKRP in Raleigh, North Carolina. We are right now on the air in Raleigh.
No way. I love Raleigh, North Carolina. Matter of fact, I was dating a girl from North Carolina. She went to Duke. She was educated and still slept with me. It was unbelievable. Yeah, no, she was an actual cheerleader at the University of Duke. She's a Duke graduate.
You slept with a cheerleader from Duke?
I swear to God, she's stunning. She kind of looks like Farrah Fawcett. I don't want to dub her and say her name and stuff, but yeah, she lives in Newport Beach.
Let's talk after the show. I want names, photos, the whole thing.
Yeah. I have them stunning. Big shout out to North Carolina and the poon that comes out of that neck of the woods.
How did you
Can we say that? Can we say that on the radio?
Yes, of course.
Can you tell us the story of how you got this cheerleader?
Yeah.
You know what? It was real simple. Like I've gotten a lot of my girls, I'm really lazy. And I was on stage and she came to my show and I had a good show.
She wanted to fuck the funny guy.
Yeah, that's exactly it. That was it. She was with some dude that was stuck in the friend zone, and I was picking on her from the front because this dude was clearly wanting to bang her, but he didn't have a shot, and I had never met her. She was sitting there, and I was just kind of doing crowd work, and I called it out, and I fucking called it exactly. He was stuck in the friend zone, and she gave me her number right in front of him.
Nice.
And,
Now, when you're nailing those jokes and you're strong and you're on stage and you got the house and they're all looking at you, is that like the chick's aphrodisiac of all that's...
I mean, obviously, like rock, musicians beat it and fighters, but I think it's the same rush a similar rush that, musicians or a fighter would get,
And do you take advantage of that on the road?
Now that I'm old and boring and I don't really want to talk to anybody, honestly, when I first started the road, I was like a kid in a candy store. Because I'm an okay-looking kid. I'm charming. I've done okay. But you can date above and beyond your league just because you're on stage. It's amazing.
Yeah.
So
You think there's a comedian hierarchy, like guitar comics maybe second, and then
Right.
like prop comics down.
Yeah,
You know
I mean,
what
think about
Like-
Carrot Top. Carrot Top. How many times did he get some strange?
Right.
You know,
Carrot
when-
Top's
when-
like the only prop comic guy. Because I think like prop comics and like magicians are the ones that get like the chick with the lazy eye. She's like 240. She lives in Michigan, you know. She's a,
Michigan.
Yeah.
People are down on Michigan.
slopping around in Flint, just eating
Right.
pork sausage all day.
prop
That's
comics.
other than
Fucking mimes. You know what I mean?
Mimes.
Yeah.
When was the last time? Can you imagine if you're like down at Venice Beach and a mime's doing his thing, and all of a sudden there's chicks like, oh God,
I
yeah,
fucking
hey.
love mimes.
man.
Dude, would a woman brag? Would a woman brag by going, oh, guess what? I nailed the mime down in Venice last week.
And he has a bunch of buddies just hanging around the sidewalk trying to get the excess mime pussy. Hey, I'm just here to get the overflow mime pussy. See this? I'm in your box.
That's
See
funny.
this? I'm leaving now.
I do have a confession to make to you, Marty. You're one of our faves, but the people, our viewers, our listeners, they're the ones that voted. They're the ones, and we went on with an end of the year 2015 award show. You were mentioned. You almost won an award,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
we have an award that I wanted to give, not to you, and I know you're our guest, but right now this is not about you, Gary. I was messing with you.
Oh,
You
come on. Did I win an award?
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Gary Adler won Best Executive Producer.
Look at that.
of
Show
the
that
year.
in the camera.
Right there, baby.
That
Do
is
we got
nice.
a shot of that, Alex? Cousin Alex?
I just came a little bit.
Yeah.
We really did.
Me
Clean up
too.
on mic
Me
too.
too.
Okay,
I
check
thought
it
it
out.
was just pre-cum at first, but no, it's the full boat. It's
Really?
the full
Yeah.
boat.
Full load on this thing.
Yeah.
Chunky B, thank you so much.
Yeah.
And by the way, your award is in the background there.
Yeah, it's right over Marty, and it matches his shirt. That's great. But check it out. And I want to thank Don DeBear. Don DeBear is a super friend that makes this stuff for us. He knows everything about the show. He is a quality individual. And thank you for the board game. Ladies and gentlemen, we're not even making this up. Don DeBear made us a 1 Degree of Chunky B board game.
It's hilarious.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we've got
right
that.
there.
It's right behind me. We can't show it on TV because it's too much of a thing to ding on TV on the internet.
Thank you, Don.
But Don DeBears, thank you so much for your kindness. It's awesome. And Marty, never know. Next year you could possibly be a winner.
Yeah.
But you're going to have to bring it right now.
You're gonna have to bring your A game.
I will. I tell you this. I will show up and deliver a stunning speech. Oh, I will.
That's what we need to do.
I will. You know what I would do? I would show up naked. I would paint myself gold like an Oscar. And then
Like
I
a
would
Venice
give my
mime?
Like a mime? And there'll be chicks
except
everywhere?
for a talking mime, because I got shit to say, not like those fucking talentless pricks. They're just basically homeless guys in fucking makeup.
Yeah,
you know?
right
Here's
on.
$1. Get the fuck out.
No, and here's another thing. By us being in the great community of Raleigh, North Carolina, there's a program director named DP McIntyre.
Yeah.
And he wanted me to tell you before the show started, which I forgot to tell you, we're not allowed to swear as much.
Oh, sorry.
So
Yeah, I'll tone that down.
so we say fuck it. So say what you want.
No,
that
I'm
shit.
gonna.
No.
We're gonna keep it PG 17 and a half.
And the beauty of it is North Carolina is by far one of my favorite Carolinas.
Yeah.
So that's what we got going for us.
Anytime you have beachfront, you're doing all right.
It's one of the good Carolinas.
I just got that look. I just got the look from Adler over the executive producer. Like, okay, dude.
Yeah, let's move on.
Let's keep going. Let me tell the people that do know Marty, like I know Marty. Marty comes out of Boston.
Yes, sir.
Small town just north of Boston.
Yeah, Wilmington.
Right on. I've driven through. And you come from a fairly big family. You got 3 older sisters, 3 older brothers.
Yeah, youngest is 7. Yeah,
Oh, my God.
yeah, I was an accident. Literally, I'm not making this up. My mom told me once when she was hammered, come from a family of drinkers. She's like, yeah, me and your father hadn't been together in a couple of years. He came home drunk one night and forced himself on me. Yeah, so like basically like I'm a rape baby. Yeah, I swear to God, that's what she said. He came home drunk and forced himself. I'm like,
How encouraging.
like that's why my middle name is Help. Makes sense now.
Oh, wait, let's remember that story. That right there, that story, a
Swear
rape
to
baby
God,
from
guys.
his parents.
Rape baby.
She
That's gotta
really
be a-
told me that. I swear to you. She
We got to
really
give you an
did.
award for just
Yeah.
that story itself.
Thank you.
How was it? How were the streets? No.
South side of Boston?
No,
That's what
north.
everybody
Oh no,
knows.
I actually
North
grew up in
side.
the burbs. We just fist fought.
Yeah.
In the city they'll stab you. But yeah, I grew up in the burbs. But I was raised by my older brother, who's like 4 years older, and he was a coke dealer. Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, and I just I just want to be like, I did whatever he did. But when I was 12, 13, I started muling. I started doing deliveries on my bicycle. Right? And I look like I'm 9. Like I weighed like 20 pounds. I'm tiny, right? So this first delivery I ever made, I was delivering a half gram across the street, lived a little, there was a beach across the street, parking lot. Pull up, this kid's in some crappy car. I literally pull up on my Huffy. And I get the money, I hand to him, and he's like, hey, can you help me out for a second? I go, yeah. And I'm literally on my bike. I'm leaning in on my bike, and he's like, squeeze my bicep. So I squeeze his arm, and he shoots it up. I never seen anyone do it.
way.
Yeah. And then he's like, and then it's like eyes roll for a second. He like shakes it, and then he's like, and then he kind of comes to, he's like, thanks. And then I just rode off on my bike.
Holy
Was
Was he shooting up with the stuff you just gave him?
He had he put it in. He had like a metal spoon and a lighter.
shit.
He had like a salad
Man,
spoon.
the mean streets of Boston.
Yeah.
I can't believe. And that's your first
that was my
experience?
yeah.
Did you go back to your brother and say,
Right
whatever
then
you're
he was-
paying me is
he
not
was
enough?
hooked. He was hooked for life.
He was
Yeah. Thank God.
Marty
God.
was committed.
I never shot it, but my brother Ed did. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, no, he got Hep C and the whole deal. Now they say it's non-detectable, but he's been sober for years. But
Was it good to get out alive?
it really wasn't. So I got a good story. So I got sober in Boston, right? Not because I wanted to, because I got caught doing cocaine on the shipping scale at my crappy job, a warehouse job, right? So they go, hey, we'll fire you. I'll go to rehab. I find a 10-day rehab. It's $500 a night. They pay for it, right? Insurance. It's luxury. And everyone starts kissing my ass. My family, my friends, like, oh my God, you're sober. So I stay sober for like 6 months. Mm-hmm. Then I move out here, right?
Right.
And so my buddy Butchie McGovern, this kid I grew up with, he calls me, and I had been sober 6 months. He's like, dude, I got 2 weeks sobriety. Everyone in this town's doing coke. Like, I'm going crazy. I go, dude, get on a plane, come out here, beach, palm trees, sunshine, girls. I'll take you to a meeting. He's like, great, thank you. From the time we had that conversation to the time he showed up at the airport, I had fallen off the wagon into a pile of cocaine and vodka, right? And I didn't talk to him for 10 years, and I finally talked to him, and I told him the story, right? And he reminded me, I left this part out of the story initially, so I didn't pick him up at the airport because when he landed, I was in jail for getting into a fist fight drunk. Yeah, so
Come on out to LA.
so my buddies pick him up, and he goes from the airport to jail to bail me out. Yeah, and now like I'm on a fucking tear. So my roommate's like, I'm so out of control. My roommate's like you can't stay here when you're partying. Me and my buddy, he wanted to do touristy stuff, and I wanted to drink and do blow. And so we go to Hollywood. We get free tickets to some TV show, some talk show or whatever. And we get a crappy hotel room in Hollywood, and like I literally, I had enough money for a big bottle of vodka and no chaser, or like a small bottle of vodka and a chaser, and I'm like, fuck it, chasers for pussies.
Right.
I get a big bottle of pop off. I'm literally guzzling it straight and chasing it with Tic Tacs. And my buddy's just like, what the? And he wants to see sights. I'm like taking him down an alley, like, see that trash can from Oscar the Grouch? Let's fuck off. And I'm just getting belligerent, right? And he's getting, oh, by the way, he's like your size. He's like a big, like he works out like a bench press a fucking house, right? And he's getting pissed off. And I'm getting hammered.
Now he's still straight.
Right, he's sober. He flew out 3,000 miles for me to help him with his sobriety, and I'm drinking pop-off out of a bottle and chasing it with Tic Tacs. So we go back to our shitty fucking motel. Oops, sorry. And in the parking lot, what's in the parking lot? There's a hooker. Swear to you, right? Dirty, like two-piece purple, like spongy thing, yeah.
Tube top.
Yeah, right? And she says hi, and I'm like, hey, how you doing? So we go up to the room. 2 seconds later, get a knock. Who is it? It's not Domino's, it's the hooker, right? And she's like, hey, you guys want to party? And I'm like, yeah. And my buddy's like, no, and he tries to close the door on her. I'm like, come on. And she makes a beeline for the bathroom. She's in there for like 10, 15 minutes. I know she's in there doing drugs. I knock on the door. I go, let me in. I know what's going on. She's in there doing coke. So now I'm in there and I'm doing coke with her. I'm smoking it up, and I never smoke it. I just snort it. But I'm in there smoking coke with her and snort it, and we're going through it. And then, so after a while, I go, he's going to get suspicious. So I have her start moaning. Right? Like I'm fucking her, so he don't think I'm doing anything wrong. And I'm like, when your excuse is a fucking felony, like you have hit rock bottom. Like, hey, I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm just banging this toothless hooker in this dirty motel bathroom. So you're gonna worry about me. No shenanigans in this part of town, kid. Right? But now all this moaning and this vodka and this coke, and now all of a sudden I can forgive the fact that she probably hasn't bathed in a few weeks, right? And now I want to be with her. So now we start going at it, right? We having fun, right? They're fooling around. And so at the end of it all, she's like, you owe me $600. Oh. And I'm like $600 shy of that goal, lady. Yeah. We barter. I can give you a high five and a pat in the bum is about it. And she starts going crazy, saying her pimp's going to come up here and shoot us. We're from the burbs. My buddy thinks he's going to get killed, right? So he's freaking out, and there's a big melee. The manager comes up. He's like, oh, my God, Mike, what's going on? And so I have a checkbook, but this is what a screw-up I am. It's a temporary checkbook, right? Because you know how they give you when you first open the account before you get the permanent ones? Sure, yeah. Well, it was still that, but not only was there no money in the account, it was already closed because I did one of those fake deposits on the weekend, take out all the money. They find out Monday, sorry, owe you $600. Good luck, I don't have any. So, right, so I have temporary checks on a closed account. The manager's there. He's going to call the cops. I go, will you take a check? She's like, yeah. I'm like, should I make that out to Miss Hooker? Like, I'll just leave that part blank, right? And hand to God, like on my parents' soul, I write this thing for $600 and I sign it Bruce Springsteen. And I give it to her. And my buddy was so scared, he slept in the bathtub that night because he thought a pimp was going to come shoot us. Yeah, and
that is so funny.
The next day, he changed his flight, went home the next like the next day,
Got the
and
hell
I
out
didn't
of
talk
town.
to him for like 11 years. Yeah.
And you're sober now.
Yeah, I've been sober for a
And
long
when you're
time.
talking about stuff like this, does it make you want to fucking just do an 8-ball? Or
No,
what?
because it's hilarious when you're talking about it, but it's really sad at the time. Like,
man.
waking up in jail, like it's just. No, you owe everyone money. No,
a bad road.
I didn't even get on stage till after I got sober, and I wanted to be a comic my whole life. Like I wasn't showing up. I wouldn't show up to a gig. Like I couldn't. Yeah, I mean.
So you were sober when you had the balls to get up on stage.
Yeah. I never got out. Like
it's usually backwards like that, right?
Yeah. I never had the benefit of loosening up on stage. Yeah.
So when you moved out here from Boston, you weren't driven. Oh, wait a second. Yeah, you got sober in Boston, came out here, and you had the relapse. Yeah, I got you.
Then got sober and got my shit together.
Now, you still chatting with your family, your brothers and sisters, all good and everything?
Yeah, everyone's good. Even my older brother, like, he at one point had Hep C. He started doing all this holistic stuff, and now it's undetectable. He's in great health. He's been sober longer than me. Yeah, we all get along.
Right on.
That's nice.
Now, what's your status like with the chicks now?
I've been single. I've never married, no kids, and still single, and I just love it.
Did you ever bang Penny Lane?
Huh?
we can ask about that.
Yeah, we can.
Didn't she hit on you? Didn't Penny Lane?
Yeah, well, we hung out. We hung out a couple times.
Yeah. She wasn't.
You didn't get any of that?
Huh? No.
Look at it. You forgot we remembered that. Yeah. Well, in case you guys are asking
is she still working it?
No. Penny Lane was our first.
Turns out she's a tranny.
Oh, no, she's not. She said it was a 6-inch clitoris. I'm like, man, that clitoris hurts. There's blood in my underwear. Can I say that in the radio?
You can, yes.
Good. Sorry, North Carolina.
So what are you an ass man, boob man, leg man?
You know what's weird? Ass man, but I love girls' stomachs. I've always been like since I was a little kid when they wore the belly shirts. Yeah, right. I love a great stomach, but ass. Yeah.
What do you like?
I'm a boob man.
Hey, I'm vagina.
Your vagina. You're old school.
Yeah, everyone's vagina. You can't. Yeah, everyone's a vagina.
Did you understand? We had the great. What's cousin Alex?
The sensitive lumberjack's literally beat red right now.
Look at him. He's good.
Oh, hey, by the way, did the camera pick this up? In prepping for the show, I had one giant white eyebrow, and I'm like picking at it. I'm getting pissed off, so I just keep like, and I got everyone but look. You see that big bald spot right there? Yeah. That's me, like losing my patience and just ripping out all my eyebrows. Earlier tonight. Yeah.
So that bald spot in your eyebrow?
That's from today. I have like a one white, like 92-year-old weird, crazy, like Andy Rooney, like thing going, and I couldn't get it. Like I'm ripping it, and I'm getting every one. It's been like, and I had these tweezers. And I was getting pissed, and I just started ripping them out, and I just ripped out everything around it.
Yeah. It doesn't look bad. I'm not staring at it.
Look, like if you have a Sharpie, I had mascara. You can literally like just put one dot there, and you wouldn't even see it. Where is it? Right?
Yeah, right there. Oh my God, he's doing it.
No, you watch. You won't even see it now. You won't even see it.
Oh, it's perfect. You work in showbiz, man.
Yeah, that's a secret. Yeah, another thing is you put hemorrhoid cream on your face.
Oh, yeah. That stops the wrinkles, right?
Yeah.
Cream on your face.
Really.
Okay, Let me ask you some personal questions.
Sure.
Because it sounds like you've got nothing to hide.
No.
When you're a shower guy or a bath guy?
Shower.
Okay, when you get into the shower, what's the first thing you wash?
I shampoo my hair, then wash my face, then condition, and then when the conditioner is doing its thing, wash the rest of the body.
Go for the ass.
Okay, and you know something?
Yeah. You always scrub the ass and the crevices a few times.
Try and get it in last, though, right? Yeah.
You know something? Washing your ass is so much fun. I do it in the beginning, middle, and end.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not. You know,
I take the shower thing off because we got.
Oh, you got one of those handle things.
Yeah. You gotta get up in the nooks and crevices.
Yeah,
what's the first thing?
Change the setting and then get.
Oh, you
down
got
there.
that thing, dude?
Yeah,
Man, that's. What's the first thing you dry when you come out?
Yeah.
Are
you getting to something?
Yes, because what I was getting at was Dr. Wendy Walsh, who is a phenomenal relationships doctor.
Is she on 980? Does she?
Yes.
She just started on 980, right?
She's been on the show 3
She's
times.
done.
I was just listening to her. I listened to 980.
640, isn't it?
She's great.
She's at KFI
I think
now.
that's sister station.
Okay.
I have a non-secret crush on her.
I know you do. Oh my God! But Gary Adler, the executive producer of Love, right here in the Garage of Love, actually asked her, when you make love, do you like to do it regular or in the vagina? That's what he asked.
What?
A doctor, Wendy Walsh.
Do it regular or in the
vagina.
So anal's regular for you? That's the regular? That's like
why are you bringing this up?
Like that's like
because he was talking about.
First of all, friends in Raleigh, North Carolina, Chunky asked the goddamn question.
I did ask that question.
Did you really?
Yeah. But she's a friend. She was the first time she was stumped. She was stumped.
Yeah.
She laughed. She looked at us. There was crickets. Then we busted out laughing. But she was doing a thing about how to get to know a man. And here's another question. If you don't mind me kind of going off our topic here. If you were held hostage, what TV crew, but what TV show cast? What cast would you want to come save you?
Save you or hang out with you?
No, come save you out of that hostage situation.
Oh, okay.
Save you, huh?
I want your answer, and I want yours too, Cousin Alex.
Let me see. TV show. I would probably just cheat and go with the Ultimate Fighter because that's a TV show and they're all fighters and they come in and kick some ass. They even have there's a fighter in the UFC that was like Special Forces. What's his name? Tim something.
Yeah. I don't know all those names, but I watch.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Ultimate Fighter.
Yeah. Cousin Alex. What let's say you're being held hostage.
Okay.
And what television cast would you want to come bust the doors down like, we're here to save you?
Probably Trump on The Apprentice.
You want Trump to come busting out? You're a whack job.
Yeah, he's a whack job.
Yeah.
Well, he has the money to
turn his mic down.
You're fired.
Yeah, turn your mic down. Nice. Good work.
Thank you.
What about you?
No, hold on. We're going to ask.
I'm going to say the obvious choice is Charlie's Angels.
Damn, yeah.
But I'm going Family Affair.
Family Affair.
I mean, Buffy.
Jesus, going.
They're kicking in the door. You're like, all right, we're all gonna die.
Could you imagine Mr. French come walking in?
I mean,
I can't save you, but I'll make you a nice apple pie. Damn it! Why didn't I answer the A-team?
Buffy come in with that doll. Didn't she have a doll?
Yeah, she had the doll. Yeah,
man,
Mrs. Beasley.
Yeah,
I never watched the show.
You've been binge watching, man. I would go with the standard old A-team.
Yeah.
A-team, yes. Have Mr.
What about Hasselhoff?
Baywatch?
Yeah,
and have,
dude,
what's her
Baywatch.
face?
Fuck
Is
yeah.
he
Pamela
good
Reed?
in like land situations, or don't you have to be drowning?
Hey, I got a quick story on what's his face? Hasselhoff. I was working on America's Got Talent.
Yeah.
And we were doing a show out in Vegas, and he actually made limited editions. I got hoffed in Vegas, and it was a silhouette of his in a T-shirt, silkscreen T-shirt. I got hoffed.
Did you get a T-shirt?
I got a T-shirt. It's still upstairs.
no way.
Yeah, I still have it. I don't know
got
when to
it.
bust it out. It's probably about 15 years old, but he is so into himself. He actually I got hoffed.
I know he used
My
to give
buddy was a
pictures
segment
of
producer on that show, like just shooting like B-roll and like
Oh,
crowd
right,
reactions
right,
and stuff.
right.
And he said Hoff was hilarious, man. He would tell me so. Yeah, he said it was really funny.
Yeah, he is. Yes, he's very talkative, and he wants to interact with the audience. But he's very about himself.
He's huge.
Yeah, and here's the last question I'm going to ask you about what Dr. Winnie Walsh, to get to know your man kind of thing. When you make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, even if you don't like peanut butter and jelly, when you make it, how do you make it? And there's different ways.
Okay.
You can put the jelly first. You can put the
Nobody
peanut.
does that.
No.
Okay, right.
It's
But-
peanut butter and jelly.
Okay, peanut butter goes first, right? But do you put it on two different pieces of bread? Do you put the peanut butter on the
separate
left?
bread for sure.
See,
I always
look
go
at that.
separate
What
bread.
do? You put the jelly on top of the peanut
glother
butter.
right on the peanut
The
butter.
jelly doesn't spread evenly. It clumps up on the peanut butter, then you smear it around. And if you go in the bread, it will get in the nooks and crannies, and you can spread it better.
I'm a bit of a sandwich artist. I can deal with it.
Yeah. And what about
Well, see, I'm not as talented in the sandwich department as you are.
Clearly.
Yeah.
Cousin Alex? When you're making a peanut butter and jelly, and something tells me that you've had a few in your day.
Yes.
When you make it, tell me how you go about.
Either on one and one on the other, and then you put them together, you got yourself a sandwich.
So he
See?
does both.
Look at that.
He's versatile. That's called the switch in the sandwich business.
You know what shocks me about Marty? He's such a great comic. And if the folks at home want to check you out, where do they go? Can they go to YouTube?
MartyLaquidara.com. Oh, yeah, you can just YouTube or Google Marty Laquidara or, Marty Comic.
And you're generally a pretty happy guy.
Yeah.
But do you think to be a successful comedian, you got to have a little depression?
No, not necessarily. It depends. I think if you're like the sharp edge, Doug Stanhope, Bill Burr kind of, and that's the kind of a style I fall into, I think it helps to have adversity because it gives you that angst.
Right.
But there's some great comics like Brian Regan or Seinfeld's really popular and they didn't really have all that adversity.
Generally happy people.
Yeah. Yeah, so but I think if you're the angrier, kind of edgier, and Boston comics tend to be that, then it helps to have that adversity.
My Seinfeld story. When I was just starting to stand up, which to this day I'm still petrified of it and suck at it, but I'm still fighting a good fight.
Kentucky was good.
Kentucky was good. There was. We had a duo, me and my buddy. It was called Muff and Kentuck. My nickname. Hey, stay focused, people.
Wait till you see the picture.
Oh God.
Oh my God!
Yeah, it is.
You would sell T-shirts for sure on the
Beautifully
road.
coiffed Florida mullets, both of these guys.
Yeah. So Muff and Kentuck went on the road. We won a couple contests down in Florida, and they were like, "You're going to go up to Atlanta, and you're going to do the punchline or whatever up in Atlanta." But we had a month to wait. And the summer was done in Panama City because we were lifeguards and there was nothing going on. And Paul's like, we're funny enough. Let's go on the road. So we went on the road and we'd stop at a city, get the Yellow Pages.
Yeah.
And people that don't know, Yellow Pages is like a blog with numbers and advertising where you can find information and
And
phone
then
numbers.
when you open the book, you yell at it, right? Like you say, "Find me a comedy," and then it says it back, right?
No. So we would go to cities, open it up, and we were in Austin, Texas. And the guy goes, "Come on at 4:00, do an audition." So we went at 4, and it was a typical thing where he was doing the paperwork and with the calculators, like smoking a cigar. Okay, you guys are on at 8:30. All right. And we went up in Austin, Texas. We went up, did our 7 minutes. And then all of a sudden, the next guy comes up. Okay, come up to stage. You've seen him, Jerry Seinfeld.
No way.
wow.
What?
We just opened for Seinfeld.
Muff
Yeah.
and Kentuck.
Opened up for Jerry Seinfeld.
How many
That's
times did
awesome.
Seinfeld tell that story? One
Yeah,
time I had Muffin Tuck open up for me in Austin. We all got herpes that weekend.
Those were the days.
Those were the days.
Who is this Muff?
I'm not. Yeah.
Think of a woman every time I get a blister.
You know, Gary and I aren't. We don't have our fingers on the pulse of what's going on in today's society and what's newsworthy. But we stumbled upon something that happened less than a week ago in the Midwest. I don't know if you caught wind of this. A truck got robbed. The back of a pickup truck got robbed, and a container got ripped off, and they don't know who stole it. And you know what was in it?
No.
$50,000 worth of bull sperm.
Wow.
Yeah. Did you hear anything about that? And I just
No.
want to get your thoughts on that. I mean, let's say you were back in Boston and you were doing some shenanigans. Oh, there's a pickup truck, and you rip this thing off and you run with it, and take it home.
How do you fence the bull sperm?
I would, I would take it to a sorority, and I'd be like, lady, it's free shot night. Come on, let's get down and funky. Shots for everyone. I mean, that's a lot of bull cum.
Pop off
And that's a lot of
and
shots.
bull sperm.
And you're like, one more rule tonight, ladies, no kissing. No kissing. Let's get down to business. Yeah.
Could you imagine being the guy that was in charge of that? Could you believe it? Hey,
The
look,
guy
you,
that's known for losing a fucking barrel of bull cum. I'm the guy that couldn't handle the bull cum.
How much shit did you steal when you were a kid?
Quite a, you know, like we would steal gas a lot. We had go-karts and motorcycles, so we would take the piece of garden hose and go stuff it in someone's gas tank, and then you give it a blowjob and siphon. Yeah, I would do stuff like that. I never. Oh, you know what? In my drug days out here, I did a lot of bear runs. I would run in, grab a bunch of bear. And oh my God, I got a great story. Yeah, this is insane. I can verify this is true because you're gonna be like, there's no way this can be true.
Hey, you guys, Chunky B. 1 degree of Chunky B in the garage of love, and you know if you want to get your quack on, you go to Venice Duck. And I'm not even kidding. This is a good beer. Tell your friends. Don't be afraid to get your quack on. Dude, this is actually a really good beer.
It's fucking great beer.
You're so lucky.
Oh shit, I'm still recording.
Hey, you guys, music provided by Play Up Music. That's playupmusic.com.
Hi, I'm hilarious and charming comedian Marty Laquidara. You are tuned in to 1 degree of Chunky B. Peace.
Black is the night that holds you down. Black is the night that holds you down.
So, I lived at Oakwood Apartments in Newport. Right across the street at the time, it was a Circle K. And I run in to do a bear run. And this kid, and I feel bad. He's got glasses. He's whatever. I feel bad for the kid. He is a skinny kid. But I run in there and I grab the beer and I run out. Me and my buddies are drinking. We run out. I go back to the same place that same night. Go back, right? I go run in, grab beer. He sees me, grabs the phone, and starts calling. I run over, grab the phone, break it, push him over, grab the beer, run back out. Swear to you, about 4 o'clock in the morning, same time. Third time, I run across the street. He sees me coming, tries to throw a chain across the door. I kick open the door, take a 12-pack in each arm, run back across Irvine Boulevard, get hit by a car. And as I'm rolling, right, I had a pink hot tuna hat on. It was a while ago. And I see that and these Budweisers rolling over the hood, and I land, and I still have one 12-pack. I get up, and the guy's like, oh my God, are you all right? And I took off. Like, that guy's the luckiest dude ever. Because he just hit someone, and they got up, and
That guy's been telling that story too his whole life.
No, it gets weirder. This story gets so much weirder. So, of course, the security guard, we used to party with him. He's knocking on the door like, dude, you got to lay low. They're all over the place looking for you. They get a description like, he knew it was me, right?
Right.
So he's all like, dude, fucking lay low. And so I end up getting thrown out of there, right? And I'm looking, this is like a year or something later, and I'm looking for an apartment. I go to rent a room. I answer the ad, and I hand to God, it's the kid that I robbed 3 times in a night. And right. And I'm sitting there, and I recognize him, and he don't recognize me yet. And he's like, you look familiar. And I'm like, and I'm starting to name things. I'm like, oh, where do you work? And he had worked at Pizza Hut. Now he had switched from Circle K to Pizza Hut. I'm like, that's it. I go in there all the time.
I love Pizza Hut.
And then all of a sudden he freaks out. He's like, oh my God, it's you.
You're the guy.
It's you. And then he ends up renting me the room. I lived with him for a year after I robbed him 3 times. Swear to you. So I hand to God. I lived with him for a year.
Wow.
That is
Yeah.
so he forgave you.
Yeah, and I feel bad because he was almost like, I hate to say it, but he was almost like special. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
he had the
yeah.
big, but we ended up being friends and like, I ended up
my
hanging out with him and
That's a.
yeah.
How long did the drug trade go on?
The what?
The drug trade. How long did that happen? Like, was it just the one delivery where you fucking shut the guy up with heroin, or did it go on for a while?
No, it was cocaine. I delivered a lot for my brother. I
did?
would, for a couple of years.
And then what? He would kick you down a little bit.
I started selling it, and from 13 to 23, I was a coke addict. By the time I was 15, I was pretty out of control.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Was there any
Graduate
guidance?
high
Was there
school?
any parental guidance on that?
My dad had moved out, right? And my mom, like, to make money, because he was giving her like $60 a month. It
that
was
ought
me
to
and my
do it.
brother. The other, all my other siblings are old, and they moved out, right? So it was me and my brother Ed, and he's a savage. And my mom would clean houses for a living, and then she'd leave on the weekends to go away with the boyfriend every weekend. And my brother was like 15, I was like 12, and he was in charge of me. And it would be like, from like 15 on through,
Lucky to be alive, dude.
Yeah, so I was kind of raised by a wolf.
Besides your cocaine intake, did you go? Did you do hallucinogens or anything?
Yeah, I did. There wasn't a lot of drugs there, so I only did like 3 kinds of drugs. I did pot, coke, acid, and mushrooms. That's it. I used to sell in high school. I used to sell acid. We used to get the sheets of acid and then sell them to support my coke habit. Yeah. But like by the time I was 15 or 16, I wanted to quit. Like I didn't be like, oh, this is awesome. You know what I mean? Like
You were done with it.
I was mad at the world because I wanted to quit and I couldn't. And so then I'd have a chip on my shoulder and then
Right.
Were you playing hockey back then?
Yeah, but there was some years where it got like I got so bad where I wasn't playing regularly.
play.
And, yeah.
Did you watch the All-Star game?
Yeah, I did, man. I
You
love
like the
that
3-on-3?
Yeah, I love the story about.
Was it good?
Adam Scott. Did you hear
Adam
the story?
Scott.
I'm not a big
Yeah.
hockey fanatic.
My whole family, like, that's another thing. Is like my 3 older brothers all played hockey, so I was born into the sport.
It's in your DNA.
Yeah. So who do you know who started that? I don't know. Did a DJ start that, or was it just the fans to get Adam Scott into the All-Star game?
The fans voted him in.
Right, but I didn't know if there was a DJ like that started the.
No, it was the fans.
All the
Okay,
fans.
Adam Scott, break it down.
Okay. The NHL All-Star Game. Fans vote everyone in. There's never been a fight in the All-Star Game. It's all skill and everyone has fun. There's no even hitting. The fans thought it'd be funny to take the biggest goon in the league. He's 6'8". All he does is fight. Scored 5 goals in his whole career and voted him in number 1. So then they tried everything to get him not to show up.
The NHL tried.
He was playing.
Right.
He was playing for Phoenix. Phoenix traded him, then immediately traded him to Montreal when the shenanigans happened. Montreal sent him down to the minors.
Sent him down to the AHL.
He's in the minors now. He can't be in the All-Star game. Fans went nuts, raised the stink, and not only that, they voted him. They also vote for captain. They made him captain. He ends up scoring 2 goals in the tournament and winning MVP
in our division, the Pacific.
Yeah,
You're kidding me.
Yeah,
They did division versus division, and he wins MVP. He scores 2 goals. He scored 5 his whole career.
Yeah.
Scored 2 goals in the All Stars,
That was great,
and won
man.
MVP and validated because all the analysts are like, he shouldn't be here. The fans thought it'd be funny if he went there and fought.
That's awesome.
You know, so,
That is awesome.
And then they did a little
And they-
fake fight. That was good.
Yeah, and then they carried him off. I honestly,
Yeah.
I teared up when they picked him up on his shoulders.
It was a
Not
great
gonna
story.
lie, I teared up.
Great story.
You know what I love about this show? You get guys like Marty coming in
Yeah.
and educating. See, people, we're not afraid to educate you. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's sports or just day-to-day
Or
daily
love. You know what I mean?
Or quantum physics. We can talk about the string
Yeah.
theory,
Are you
multiverse.
Yeah, or bull sperm, whatever.
Or bull sperm.
You know what I
Either
mean?
way, quantum physics or bull cock.
That's a sticky subject.
Yeah, we have range. That is cool. That is range.
Yeah, that's
Yeah. What makes you tick? I know the comedy stuff, and let's say something. It's a typical question, and I'm going to ask it anyway. If you weren't doing comedy,
The only other thing I wanted to do professionally was be a hockey player. But if I was your size, I had talent, but I didn't have the size. I'd like to play a chippy style, and I was just too small. So I in Boston, it's good hockey. I knew by the time I was 12, I wasn't going pro. But if I wasn't doing comedy, I'd love to play hockey.
Yeah.
Yeah,
See,
yeah.
Adler, believe it or not, out of Miami, loves hockey.
Love
and
hockey.
that's why we always, over his shoulder, have
You're
the
from
LA
Miami,
King.
Florida?
yeah. I'm from Miami.
Yeah.
Big hockey fan though. When I came out here, I started following the Kings.
Yeah, they're fun too.
That was in the mid '80s, and I love them. I fucking love it, man.
Yeah.
I watch every game.
There is one thing on 1 degree of Chunky. I mean, actually, chunkyb.tv, everybody.
Yeah.
Go to our website, chunkyb.tv, and watch Adler and I
Click on the videos.
Go on the videos and watch Adler and I sneak into Game 7.
Game 4.
No way.
Was it game? Oh, wait a second. It was
Wait a
Game
minute.
4.
Game 4.
But
2012 Stanley Cup.
Yeah,
you
was-
went to the Stanley Cup
Yeah,
Finals.
we
I've
we
never
went to
gone
the game
Cup
that we
Finals.
lost.
Yeah.
I've been
Yeah.
a fan since I came out of the womb.
Yeah.
We
yeah.
won 3 in a row. and
Right,
then
that's
we
why
went
I'm
to
thinking
You
game
guys
Game
snuck
7.
in. Tell a story.
Well, look,
That's
you know something?
amazing.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what.
Check it out online.
Check it out.
I will for sure.
Yeah, we
Chunky
don't want to say it because we want people to go to our website.
Oh yeah.
It's a tease.
It's a tease.
It's a tease.
I got.
But you'll enjoy the video for sure.
Yeah.
I'll definitely watch it.
What do you see in the future, bro? What do you see? Where's Marty? And what's he doing? 7. Let's go 5 years from now.
You know, hopefully I have my own show. I'm in the process. We wrote a web series. We're starting to shoot it in 6 weeks. Yeah, just doing stand up. I wouldn't mind eventually stop touring and doing some TV. I want to do minimal work for maximum dollars, so I can spend a lot of time dating girls that are way out of my league and eating good food and watching hockey and you know sneaking in a Stanley Cup Finals game.
Yeah. Any girls trying to like hold you down? Like, hey, it's time to settle down. Any girls? Like, come on, Marty.
No, I just
Besides Penny Lane, you mean?
No, I had a stalker that I made the mistake of porking twice that I can't shake. But
Is this current?
But I haven't talked to her. I haven't seen her. I just get bombarded with texts and emails and stuff.
You ever read that book? Who are the brothers that did?
The Hanson brothers.
Yep. Use your words. Use your words.
I'm totally blanking right now.
Yeah.
Carry on. I'll come back. to
Okay,
you.
get back to those books. Like, you know, I'm not a real book guy, but you know something. If I need to bust out some Shakespeare,
The Farrelly brothers.
it always
that?
comes back to him. Always comes back to him.
I was sitting with one of the Farrelly, Peter Farrelly, one time, and he told me this story. Okay, and it's in his book called The Comedy Writer. Yeah. When he first moved out here, he was a little broke, right? But he was trying to write. He was trying to get on shows or whatever. He had an apartment in Hollywood, and he met this girl who was sort of down on her luck, like that girl you met in the parking lot.
Yeah.
And he let her move in with him. Okay.
Oh my.
And eventually, over time, they start sleeping together. So they sleep together, and they're having a moment. And she says to him, you know, tell me an intimate thing about you that I don't know. And he goes on this whole fucking story about how he lost his virginity and blah, 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 blah. And it's a long story and it's very sad. And then he says, now tell me something about you. And she goes, I blew a dog once.
Oh my God.
What do you do?
Wow.
When you're having an intimate moment and the chick
And by the way,
busts-
right after, she probably just went down.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
right.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Do you have any crazies in your life like that?
No one that I knew blew a dog, but the only line would have been better. Like, you tell the intimate story. Now tell me an intimate story about you. I have AIDS. You're like, oh, I should have worn a condom. Too late now. Touche, my friend.
I just had a flashback, and this was in the newspaper, people. Now, I'm not making this up.
Okay.
So, there's a woman that looks over at the gardener on the yard once a week, and she's starting to complain, and she calls the police and says, I just want to let you know that there's a gardener that comes over to my neighbors once a week, and he does the yard, and he makes love. He has sex with the dog.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, this is a true story. And they were like, well, you need to prove that. Can you videotape it? She goes, yeah, okay, next time I'll videotape it. She videotapes it, sends it to the police, and the police are like, oh my God, yes, this is true, we can see it, but we weren't expecting the dog to be doing the mounting. Seriously,
That's the truth?
that's the truth. There's no joke to this.
Come on, man.
Yeah. Didn't you think that?
Someone sent me a video of the same thing with the pig. A guy was on all fours, and it was the worst thing I've ever seen. And I was still mad that he sent it to me. So the dog.
The dog was on time to doing the mounting.
Was it a chihuahua?
So
or a
that's how
shepherd?
he
Maybe a German
so that's
shepherd.
how he proved the dog gave consent because the dog was doing the
Yeah.
like. Look, the dog gave its consent. He was actually the aggressor there.
Yeah, they're pretty sure it was a German shepherd because when the dog barked, it was a German accent. All right. But no, the rest of the story is true.
Let's edit that out, Alex. Cousin Alex, can we edit that out?
He's already dozed off. Cousin Alex is like, that's
I
true.
thought, I
It's a
thought
true
you would
story.
say something else, but
And there's
it was a boxer because he donkey punched her or something.
There's another, because I'm a news guy. I like to keep, we're not so newsy, but I like to, keep an eye on the news, the funny news, the ridiculous news. And that story about the dog mounting the gardener is true. There's another mushroom story that I just recently heard, that there's, in Northern California, a family of coyotes.
I've
Did you hear
heard
about-
this. Yes.
They're acting all funky, running
They're
down the
coming
street.
up to cars and and
Right.
they're fearless and,
Right.
and they think that they're eating mushrooms
Yes.
and they're tripping balls and they're like, hey, let's trip out, let's go eat these fucking people. Well, high as shit.
Yeah, and one guy that was reported was saying, he witnessed these coyotes doing this. He goes, it made us feel bad. At one time, they stopped and it felt as if they were laughing at us.
The coyotes.
The coyotes were like, we got you guys. And they know it's not
Play
rain.
down, play dead.
Yeah,
Watch this. That's where reindeer came from.
What's that?
Reindeer. That's where the story of flying reindeer came from. There's certain reindeer. I think it's somewhere in the Netherlands. They eat magic mushrooms. They eat the mushrooms, and then they would jump around and like they thought they could fly or whatever. That's where the myth of the flying reindeer comes from. And they're the only animal at the time with the documentary I saw that ate them for recreation. And they showed all the other animals would avoid them, and they would intentionally go over there and eat them and trip balls.
Okay, let me tell you something. No, has anyone ever tested your brain power, your intelligence? Have you ever gone like people? Don't you think he'd be like off the chart
You'd be
smart?
a smart person.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna bust out
I
a
thought
quiz.
you were gonna do a fucking.
No,
numbers
I got
joke.
nothing. I got nothing.
good.
You
Sorry.
thought I was gonna bust out an IQ test?
I
didn't
did.
you?
I
You're
really did. I was
sure.
like, oh, here we go.
I graduated with a high GPA.
Chunky's IQ.
Did you?
test.
Did you
Yeah,
get
a
good grades?
3.8. I did.
See, I knew
yeah,
you
but
were
it was
smart.
Cal State Long Beach, and it was a speech degree. I was already a comic, you know what I mean? So there you go. It wasn't MIT.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't crunching numbers over there in the math department at MIT. But
We've had some, including you now, some really great comics. What about Sickler? You know Ryan Sickler?
yeah, I do know. Yeah. Ryan Slickler's really funny. Is it?
Ryan and Jay, they got the crab feast.
I always get them mixed
podcast.
up. Is he the tall, he's the tall, skinny one?
No.
Or is
No, he's a
the
guy
one that
from
wears the suit?
Baltimore. He's from
Okay.
Baltimore, and he's a funny storyteller. He's got kind of.
Oh yeah. Because I did the 2006 Boston Comedy Festival with him.
Yeah.
Ryan
Right on,
Sickler.
right,
Yeah. Yeah, I do know him.
And what about? We had a guy in here just recently, Craig Philip Conant. Conant.
It sounds really familiar, but I'm bad.
But don't you get sick of people like what I just asked? Oh, you must know. There's a kabillion freaking comics.
Yeah, but in LA, you do know a lot of them.
On the circuit?
Yeah, because you run into the same clubs. You know what I mean? Yeah. Especially when you're in town.
Now, when you get something and you write it and you're like, oh my God, this is funny, will you bust out to an open mic night?
Yeah, you know what I do is I don't. Because most of them, like, there's not real audiences there. They're usually not that full.
Right.
So and because if I'm going to do just a few minutes, I want to make whoever I'm in front of laugh, whether it's 2 people or 200 or whatever.
Right.
So
Well, how do you bust out new material?
So when I do an hour, I'll do some stuff I know works, and then I'll weave in the
weave
material.
in a couple of new
Yeah, I'll
jokes.
be 7-10 minutes in, and then I can get a real gauge. You know what I mean?
Yes. And one thing, the other last week, Sickler was sitting right where you were and busted out this funny story that he was just making up. And after that, he's like, I got to keep that. Gary provoked him to have a funny story about being at a mall. And then we went and see him. We went and saw him a couple days later.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he's using
Yeah.
that. That's how fresh it was.
Yeah.
I felt
was
as if we
awesome.
were
Yeah, that's what
part
you have
of the
to do, yeah.
process.
Yeah,
It felt
yeah.
good. That,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
man, we are generating, stimulating, educating funny
and
people.
rhyming.
You know what's funny is I do it like by myself at home, running around the living room, and I see like I have no musical rhythm, but with comedy, it's a rhythm. So I'll change the tags around, and it just feels right, and I'll usually end up sticking it, and it'll be close. But
when you hit on something during the day while you're driving your car or whatever, what do? You put it on your
voice
phone?
recorder.
Oh, you put it.
yeah, I have a voice recorder on my phone. I have a couple different apps, and
And
yeah.
do you remember the first time you got up on stage?
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
Tell us about that.
Yeah, so I made a goal like a couple years before I would do it by the end of the year in '95. So it was getting close. It was November, and there was a bar in Huntington Beach, and I called them up and I said, I want to do comedy, and they
Just
said, I
call
go
a
this
bar?
Saturday night. Yeah, I go this Saturday night, and they said, there's a band playing. I said, well, let me introduce the band. I'll warm up and give them up. And they go, well, we'll give you the number. So they gave me the number to the guy of the band. I said, hey, I'd like to do a few minutes of comedy. I'll give you this awesome intro. And he's all great. And that was my
Nice.
first time, and I had a few friends, and I was
How'd you do?
shaking.
Did you look down the whole time?
I don't remember. I mean, my friends gave me pity laughs, but it was the first time. It had to be terrible. I was absolutely crapping my pants. Like, even if the material was funny, and when you start out, you tend to write pretty base. So, I mean, it couldn't have been good. It just couldn't have been. I don't care how funny you are in real life. Like, I was born to do comedy. And when you start out, you're too nervous to be funny or have rhythm or confidence, which you need for comedy.
What's the biggest house that you've been in, as far as attendance?
It's yours. Just
He was just
Yeah, no,
walk
it's
right
just
through
right
it.
here. I did a thing. I do a thing every year for a lot for AA, and that's like 3,500 seats.
Yeah.
Locally, that's and I've done some big casinos and stuff like that. But yeah, it's usually just comedy clubs. 400 seaters.
Do you do the AA circuit?
I do whenever they call me and ask me to do
Yeah.
a show for them. I love the audience. I mean, they're great audiences. They're dying to laugh, and they get all my debauchery. So
Yeah.
I love performing for them.
all hyped up on coffee and cigarettes.
Well, you know
Donuts.
what I mean? Like, if I tried to do, like, if I told that Butch McGovern story about how he came out and with a hooker doing if I did, you can't tell that story in Irvine at the Irvine Improv, but if you're doing like an AA convention, yeah, you can.
Does the best show stick out in your mind at all?
Yeah, there's a few. Like the first time I crushed it, the Hollywood Improv.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just pounded it.
Yeah.
Just like pow, pow, pow.
Or the first time like you really crush when you're doing an hour and you get the crowd into a frenzy. Yeah. You remember, but you remember the bad shows even more.
Sure.
Like there's a couple of bombs I had, and like when I think about them now, I still blush.
Yeah.
Like the girl I was in love with, the only girl I've ever been in love with in my life. Like I literally tried to be like, I still go to lunch with her now. Like I'm not in love with her anymore. She's still hot as like the hottest girl I've ever seen. Look her up. She's a millionaire. She's a Beverly Taylor. We're just friends. No, yeah, but like we still hang out for lunch. Like I pursued her for a long time. So she never came to my show. I'm a killer. I'm an actor. I'm a great comic. I destroy. I'm at the Irvine Improv. No excuse not to kill. Packed house. And she's there. And I was nervous. I don't know. Like I wanted to impress her so bad. I had visualized it. And I just had an off night. And it was the only time she ever
brutal.
saw me. And her friends were there, all her hot friends. And like people that were way crappier than me were killing it. It wasn't the audience. It was me. Like I just had an off night. And it was years ago and it haunts me to this
Do you
day.
remember right after the show
I
when
will
you
think
went up
about
to her?
that several times a week. And it happened probably like 12 years ago.
Wow.
Like, and it haunts me.
Do you remember after the
Because, like,
show when
that's-
you went up to her? And she
I
was like,
couldn't.
yeah,
I
pretty good,
didn't
Marty.
smoke cigarettes at the
Yeah,
time,
you
and
were
I
great.
ran out the back, and I'm looking through the alley because I didn't want to see anyone, and I found this guy smoking in the alley, and all I had was a $5 on me, and I gave him $5, and
For a
he gave me
cigarette.
2 cigarettes, and 3, and I sat there and chain smoked before I go back in. Like I wanted to die. I probably didn't sleep. Like it was. just,
my God.
Yeah. So the bad ones stick with you even more.
Yeah. Oh no, I've got one. I've talked on the show.
Yeah.
I opened up for Sinbad.
Oh, that's a good one.
When I was doing warm up, when I do warm up, you got the audience right there, and if you mess up a joke, you hand out a piece of candy.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
you got a T-shirt.
Yeah.
You got a safety net.
Yeah.
So somebody saw me when I was doing the Ferguson show, flew me up to Tommy's Steakhouse comedy thing outside of San Francisco. I don't know if you're Tommy's. It's a big dinner, theater kind of comedy show, and I get there and bust out my comedy bit, getting ready to. They introduce me on stage, the local DJ, boom, and all of a sudden the house goes dark and a spotlight comes on. And in my mind, I wasn't ready for that.
Yeah.
Because I don't deal with the spotlight at work. I could warm up 5 days a week and crush it at work.
And then all of a sudden you can't see anything. The first
Then-
time you get the spotlight,
And
you
it-
can't see
I
anything.
walked through the audience and it was all kids with families. There was toddlers,
Oh.
teenagers, and I'm like, there goes my act.
Oh,
I go,
man.
I got on the microphone and said, I didn't know there was going to be kids here. Fuck it.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Sinbad.
Yeah.
I literally did 2 minutes.
Wow.
And you could hear the forks. You could hear the,
Oh, my
you know,
God.
forks and knives. And I was like, ah.
At least you weren't stuck there for an hour, man. But,
Oh, I know. And I
imagine
know.
bombing for an hour. I mean, I've had a couple of offsets, like on one-nighters when you first start doing the road, you know, there'll be karaoke in one side of the bar. They're paying you $100 and you're doing
Right,
and
right.
people are like,
Brutal.
shut up, I'm trying to listen to my country music, you know. And
The blenders are going off.
And
Yeah.
you know, you look down, you still got 42 minutes to do. You're like, oh, it's gonna be a long night, but
Do you manipulate your bit for what part of the country you're in?
there's certain stuff I'll take in and out. I don't censor myself, but like I do a lot of casinos, and it's an older crowd, so you're not gonna do pop culture references because they're not gonna get it. They don't even know who the Kardashians
Yeah,
are.
you
or
do like
whatever.
adult diaper jokes.
Well, you know, like I have enough material where,
It depends.
Oh, wait, no, do not give him that, Cousin Alex. Do not give him that.
Yeah, no. So I have enough material where, like, I'll pick softer material if it's an older crowd, and yeah, like if I'm in the South and I want to bash religion, and I do a lot of that. I don't open with it, you know. So like,
you gotta feel it out.
Yeah, no. Well, I'll definitely do it. I'll just do 20, 30 minutes so they like me first. And then go, all right, then chuck that at them, and at least, I'll have a fair shot at them not chucking beer bottles at me.
Right. I think we should have a big party for him in Raleigh. If you ever go to East Coast, ever do Raleigh, we'll go to WKRP and we'll have a big old freaking.
I'll book something
Adler,
in
you're looking
Raleigh.
over me
Sounds
crossing.
good. No, I'm psyched for DP to send us the first class tickets to that. Thank
Hey,
you, DP.
DP.
I work the Southeast a lot. I work Florida a lot, too. I have family there, yeah.
Hey, check this out. We'll talk after the show, but we want you on stage at our. We're putting on a show at a
March
dive
4th.
bar.
I promise you, I will crush.
March 4th.
I
right?
love
Yeah,
dive
5th.
bars. I'm
Really?
in 100%.
Scarlet Lady.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. We're
100% I will crush.
awesome.
Yeah. I'm not good at many things. I will deliver the chuckles.
Excellent. How we doing with time? Okay, we got plenty of time because there's
Yeah,
a couple
we're
more
good.
questions I
Got a
want to ask
couple more
before we do wrap it
questions.
up. Here's another thing. Adler and I have had great moments on telling each other that exact moment when we lost our virginity.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Now you're North Boston.
Yeah.
And I don't know, were you doing a delivery? Were you dropping off an 8-ball?
No, but I was young. And it is a really awkward, awful story.
Do you mind sharing?
No, not at all. Not at all. So, I'm 12 years old. I live right across the street from a little lake. I'm fishing. I'm up to like my knees, and my brother and his friend like, hey, this girl Kim, she was 2 years older. She was 14. But here, like, I'm not kidding. Like, she wasn't like like she wasn't wearing a helmet or anything, but she was a resource room kid. Like, yeah.
She hung out in the pillow
Whatever,
room.
yeah, like, yeah. I think the bus she was on wasn't full length, right? But I'm 12, she's 14, right? And I don't want to do, like, I'm nervous. Like, I just want to fish. Like, I'm like, no, I'm fishing. And he's like, well, don't be, and they're rousing me, right? Yeah, I'm up to my knees, like, I'm fishing in the lake. So he's like, come on. So they grab a blanket, and I go in the woods, right? There's woods right across the street. And sit in the blanket, get naked, and this girl, like, she's running the show, and it takes forever, and the whole time I'm trying to, like, force my half hard nervous noodle. Like, my brother and his friend are like behind like a tree laughing, watching. Like, that's how my sex life started, with my brother and his friend mocking me and me going, yeah, why isn't this yeah.
Thank God it wasn't iPhones back
Yeah.
then. Right?
Yeah.
Oh
I
my
saw.
Glad I didn't
I don't
have
know.
babies with her. Like, oh man, I got this rubber head for at least 18 years.
But you do have a school of thought on masturbation, don't you? You told me something about flicking the bean one time.
I don't know, but I will never make a sexual decision without masturbating first, because you make a lot of bad decisions. So, yeah. Before you get yourself
Elaborate.
in trouble.
Yeah, you gotta tell us.
What the hell do you mean by that?
Okay, just for like a wild example, you wouldn't normally sleep with someone you work with, right? And if you're thinking about it and she's looking hot, like, go knock one out in the bathroom
Clip
and then
and
see
save.
if you still want to.
Clip and save.
That is.
You know what I mean? Because
Clip and save.
you'll be so glad that you didn't, because that whatever 20 minutes isn't going to be worth the years of hassle, or your next door neighbor, or whatever it is. Yeah.
That is a great thinking ground.
Yeah.
You know, people stop. Okay, count to 10. No, I gotta stop and
It
give myself a tug.
Yeah. Knock one out, and then you'll think with the Then you won't make any bad decisions.
Yeah,
Try to
yeah.
pork your
Good
friend's
idea.
wife and such.
Man, people write that down. This could be a major medical breakthrough.
Yeah, we need
And
Wendy
all the
Walsh.
think tanks will have like a little boost. Everything.
And wait, so we could have a case study. This man didn't give himself a tug before the decision.
Look what
this
happened.
man did.
Look what
Right.
happened. It's a whole bull sperm.
Write that down,
situation.
cousin Alex. You're awfully quiet over there. Are you nervous about
Yeah.
directing?
Oh, yeah.
How's it going so far?
It's going great. You guys are doing amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
If we asked you how you lost your virginity, would it be embarrassing and you have to say I haven't yet?
Yes, I would have to reply that way.
Bologna.
It is a good story.
Oh, let's hear
It
it.
is a
Come
good
on,
story.
bust it
you
out.
guys want to hear
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
All right, I'm gonna knock it into 4 here. So
That's radio speak.
yeah, we've got what was I? Fort Hill, Charleston, West Virginia.
Okay.
That's the setting.
Okay.
Under a trampoline because top of the trampoline wasn't an option.
Right.
Colts Panthers game going on in the neighbor's TV that I could see through the window.
So you get to watch the game too.
Yeah. 15th birthday.
Nice. How old was
Nice.
she?
She 15. Is
Was it her first time too?
No.
You know.
There you go. You don't want two first timers.
Cousin Alex, did she know it was your first time?
Yeah.
Oh, so she was
They
like,
like that though. They wanted to. They want to take it, right?
I can tell you this: the first time I did it, the Carolina Panthers weren't even a team.
Yeah, they weren't with me either. Right there with you.
Hell yeah, man!
you know something? I like cousin Alex.
Florida Panthers weren't even a team back then.
No, they didn't have that either.
I like cousin Alex. You know, I don't know what we're gonna have to do with
The animal,
with Andy Davey.
Andy's in,
Yeah,
but we have a substitute director.
and we always got to give a nod to Travis, the Wizard of the Knobs.
Yeah, you want to give a couple shout outs?
Yeah, you know something, Travis, keep doing what you're doing. I think Travis. Hey, Travis, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, you do have a chunky award coming to you. Don DeBear did make one for you. And, of course, we always like to talk to Karen McCoy. She's back up there circulating
That's
out
right.
out in
And
Arizona.
we're doing the Scarlet Lady when? March 4th?
March 4th, people.
Okay.
Now,
Is that the?
Saturday night?
yes.
March 4th, the Scarlet Lady.
wait a second. Let's check it out because why am I saying the 5th?
I don't know.
All right. Can you
Because
tell?
it says April 5th right there.
That's
But that's last year's.
Yeah.
That's probably why
Let's-
you're looking at that 5th.
Yeah, we're checking
March 5th.
March 5th.
It is March 5th.
Yeah.
Ah, look at that.
I put that
You
in
can
your
use
thing.
the same freaking poster. It's April.
Yeah. And I want to say something to our friends in Raleigh. We appreciate you guys giving us an opportunity to spread our wings, to share what we do here in Venice Beach, California, in the Garage of Love.
That's right.
And that's why we put together, that's why Gary Adler, the greatest executive producer known to radio,
That's an
has,
understatement.
has put together first booming shows. We got Marty here.
Yeah.
We've got, we had Sickler, and we had Craig Phillip.
Yeah.
We
It's
are
all
coming
good.
at you, and you know something? You are motivating us, WKRP in Raleigh, North Carolina. You're motivating us to be better people. We wake up in the morning with a little sparkle in our eye, and we say, what can we do for the fine people of Raleigh? And
right.
what we're doing right now, people, you're hearing it now. Do not hesitate to hit me up on YouTube. Do not hesitate to get involved with this show. And the way to get involved with the show is bug the hell out of D.P. McIntyre. He's the program director. Tell him you need more Chunky. You need more Adler. You need more Garage of Love in your life. And I promise you, we will grow together to be the strong...
Kudzu that we are.
Exactly. Thank you for letting me just ventilate right there. I needed to get that,
Is that
out
what it
there.
was? Ventilating?
It was ventilating,
Is that
stimulating, educating.
It's ventilating. Okay.
I agree.
Yeah, right on, right on.
I feel ventilated.
Some more goofy questions. We make a movie about your life. Who do you want to play? Who's going to play you?
Oh,
Marky Wahlberg, man.
oh man, I would love that.
That's a good one.
You know, he's better looking and all that stuff. But yeah, that they always do that. So yeah, Mark Wahlberg would be that would be an honor.
What about you,
That'd be
Adler?
great.
Who was going to do me?
Yeah.
I'm thinking McConaughey.
All right, all right.
What are you laughing about, man?
Cousin Alex.
Probably Pitt.
Brad Pitt? Yeah, okay. All right.
No, isn't it Channing Tatum? Who's one of those guys? That isn't it 21 Jump Street? Does he look a little bit?
Channing Tatum.
Does
Yeah.
he look a little bit
he's
like
got a
that,
little
dude?
Channing
Yeah.
Tatum.
Yeah. I'll go with
I
that.
see a little Channing Tatum.
What about you, Chunk?
I'll tell you what, a lot of people say I look a lot like him.
Mr. French?
Denzel Washington.
Oh, that's not bad.
That's what I would get.
That's
You know
not-
what I would get?
Doppelganger.
You know what would you get for me would be, how about a Belushi? A Jim Belushi?
I'd go Jim Belushi.
Oh, no. Tom Arnold. If Tom Arnold and Belushi had a kid,
That's
Oh
perfect.
yeah.
ding,
there
ding,
you
ding, ding,
go.
ding, ding, ding. In closing, what do you want to say? What do you want to talk about?
I just want. You know what? Everyone should go out and try to make someone laugh or make someone smile, pay someone a compliment. Go out and spread some positive energy. That goes a long way. If you're going to flip someone off in traffic, bite your tongue and smile and wave instead. Try it for a day. Make someone smile.
Who would you like to see gone missing? You have no. It will never get back to you. Nobody will know that you pulled the trigger. Or I don't even want to say
anybody?
that. Yeah, who do you want? A politician? Anybody that is known that we will all know?
I would have to go Kardashian. Yeah. Like anyone,
That's a good
I guess
one.
I cut off the head, so I'd go Kim. But any one of the clan, I'd be high fiving.
Yeah, right on. What about you?
Well, it would have been the Jersey Shore boys, but they're gone.
Yeah.
The situation.
I got to go right with Trump.
Trump,
Yeah,
you're
he's-
anti-Trump.
Oh.
You don't find him entertaining as we?
He's
as things-
hilarious.
He's slightly entertaining. However,
Yeah.
he could possibly be the most powerful man in the world.
It's not
which
going
is
to
a
happen.
very scary.
He won't.
scary
Even if he
situation.
won the Republican nomination,
He didn't
won't
win
the
Idaho
popular-
or Iowa.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see.
What about cousin Alex?
I would say Trump as well.
Yeah.
Jump
We
on
got two
your
Trumps.
wire, but-
Yeah. No. Mine would be. Oh God, I can't tell you the truth on Mike.
You have to tell the truth.
Yeah.
Wait.
I can't-
Oh, really?
I can't-
Oh, you can't say that.
I'll tell you off the
say-
microphone.
Hey.
I'll tell you off the microphone. And most of us do know him. I would probably. Oh God. Vanna White.
Why, dude?
Is she still doing her thing?
Yeah. You know why? Because she's done enough in her life.
You know, she taught me
You
something
know, she
that
just turned 90 years old, and you're going to give her a
I
hard
just,
time.
you know something, I'm going to retract that.
Vanna White.
Because it's the only name that popped into my head right there. Vanna White, I love you, baby. I'm
Can
sorry.
I
I'll
tell you
text you
something?
back.
I heard her on an interview one time, and she said something that stuck with me for the rest of my life. They asked her how she keeps her teeth so nice, and she said, "I use the shower head as a water pick, and I swear to God, I do that today.
Oh,
I
wow.
put that thing on full blast, and I
Yeah.
get in
And you
there.
have
I
gorgeous
get in
teeth.
there, dude.
Look
I
at
get
that.
in there.
Look at that. You learned something from Vanna
That's
White.
exactly it.
Not only
I learned
gorgeous-
that Vanna White gives me a boner. That's what I learned.
You know, Marty reminds me of a guest we had, Richard Cousins, the bass player from Robert Cray.
He reminds me nothing of Richard Cousins.
But just his delivery on his stories and
Really?
his facial expressions. He's a black dude with dreadlocks, and he plays the bass.
Yeah.
He doesn't look anything, but there's
Well,
an
but
there's an energy
energy
about
yeah,
him.
he's got a good energy.
Final thoughts on your.
I just want to say thank you to you, Chunky B,
Yeah.
because the show couldn't happen without you. You are on the marquee. You're Chunky B.
I appreciate
And
that.
and thanks for having me. And I want to say thanks to Alex for filling in for the Manimal today.
You did a great job. And Laquidara.
Oh, I just want to say thanks to Alex, Gary, and Chunky B. And thanks to everyone in North Carolina listening, and anyone else tuned in. And I cannot wait to go see the Stanley Cup. I want to see that video of you guys
right.
sneaking
Oh,
in.
yes.
Yeah, so
You
go
guys-
check that out.
We're going to wrap it up here. We're going to put a bow on it, but we're going to do a promo photo with you. We're going to do a promo with you, and you're going to sign. You're going to be the third person to sign the garage door of love. Ladies and gentlemen, we are 1 Degree of Chunky B. You got Marty, Adler, cousin Alex. 1 Degree of Chunky B, chunkyb.tv. Spread the word. And if you are listening right now on WKRP in Raleigh, we are now best friends. Yes, that's our show, everybody.